Hi and welcome to another Holistic 3D Unity tutorial. In this tutorial we're going to look at skyboxes and fog, which are very closely related to the lighting that we've been looking at in the last couple of videos. For this we're going to need some assets. Now you can see that I have found myself a free model of Stonehenge, which was on TurboSquid, and I've downloaded it. You of course can make a scene up of primitives, or you could use the chairs from previously. It doesn't really matter. We just need something in the scene so that we can see the fog when we turn that on. First of all though, we're going to work on the skybox. Now if we zoom out from this scene and have a look around, you'll see that there is blue sky and this sort of ground browny area here. This is actually a skybox, and it shows up in the game view that you can see here as the sky and the surrounding area. Now if you can't see the skybox in your scene view, it's actually in one of these settings. If I just bring this right out here, you'll see all of the different settings you've got in your scene view along the top. And if you click on this one that looks like a little star and two sort of planes, you'll get a list of all the things that you can actually see in this scene view. Now, turning these on and off will not affect what you've got in your game. It's just what you'd see inside of here. So if I turn that skybox off, you can see that. Fog, I don't think there's any fog in this scene yet, so you won't be able to turn that on and off. But having this on sort of helps to see what's going on, and then other times you might not even want it because it will get in the road, especially the fog when you're doing modeling over in here. You don't want things hidden behind. Okay, so we've got our scene. Let's have a look at the skyboxes. Now for this you're going to need to grab a skybox. The easiest way will be to go into the Unity asset store, so sign into the asset store and then have a look for skybox in the search, and you'll find, if you go under price free, that there is a number of skyboxes you can get. We're going to get this fantasy skybox free, so I'm just going to click on that. I'm going to purchase it, and then once all that has happened, you will come back to a page with Open in Unity. Now you can click on here to open in Unity, but if you're already working in Unity, then you probably want to get it through Unity itself. So now what you need to do is just remember the name of the asset. So Fantasy Skybox Free. Okay, so let's come back into Unity. Now we're going to go to Window, and we want to go to Package Management and Package Manager. Now when that comes up, we're going to come down to My Assets, and we'll type in Fantasy Skybox, and it should come up. So there it is, Fantasy Skybox Free. Select it and then click on download. Now once that's finished downloading, the button will change to import, and then click on that, and that will bring up another window that says all of the stuff that's going to be imported into your project. So just click on import and that will bring it all in. Once that's done, you'll have a Fantasy Skybox Free, or if you've got another skybox, you'll find them somewhere in the asset. So in this case, it's Fantasy Skybox Free, and there's a folder for panoramics and a folder for cube maps. So let's just open up these cube maps, and I'll just go through exactly what they are. Now, from this image here, you might consider that the sky is a sphere that you are inside of. The issues, though, with a sphere is that they have a lot of polygons involved in them, as in they're a very complicated mesh compared to a cube. A cube, if you imagine you could blow up that cube, it could essentially become a sphere, couldn't it? Now, a cube is very simple in comparison because there's only 6 sides, and therefore that's all you need to draw, whereas a sphere has an awful lot of sides to it. Now the skybox, and here's an illustration from Wikipedia of what it is a set of 6 images that stitch together to form a cube. and they stitch together seamlessly. So this edge here and this edge here actually will stitch together seamlessly. In fact, if you took this image and you printed it out, you cut out these white bits and you folded it up into a cube like you used to do in school, then you'll see that you have a seamless sky image around it. Now with the sky box, instead of it being on the outside of the cube, it's on the inside of the cube. So you have to imagine that you're standing right in the center of a cube and you're looking up at all these different faces that show this. Now a skybox is something in your game environment that you can never reach. It is just something that's always around where your character is, and it's always at the very furthest of your scene. And in fact, in a way, it's not actually in your scene. It's being rendered sort of behind it in a way. So it doesn't really have a position in 3D space because you can never walk far enough that you'll ever hit the skybox. Okay, so that's basically what a skybox is. How do you set up a skybox in Unity? There's a few steps. First of all, if we come to our main camera, okay, it is the primary thing rendering everything. And if we just have a look down in the settings for the camera and come down to environment, which is just here, you can see background type is skybox. So this is where you would set it to be a skybox. Now if we go to solid color, you'll see that you get whatever color is in this background here. Let's just go back to skybox. Okay, so that is where you set the camera to be looking at the skybox, but how do you actually set the skybox? Well, it's back in that window with lighting in it. So let's go to window and we're coming down to rendering lighting. Okay, here it is here. And then of these tabs, we want to go to environment, and at the top is where you will find the skybox material. Now I'm just going to dock my lighting panel up here so I don't lose it. And the skybox material, we can set it to be one of these things that we've got down in our assets. Okay, so let's say we want like this one here. Let's just drag that up and put it in there, and you can immediately see in the scene, because we've got the skybox turned on, that it changes it to that particular sky, and over in the game you can see that it's changed it into that. So you might want to try something else. Here's a moonless night, and you get a darker one there, and the same thing will come over into the scene view. Now obviously there's way too much light in this scene going on, so therefore if you've got a nighttime skybox, you have to adjust the strength of your lights that you're using so that they kind of match. So as I said before, the skybox is something that's kind of rendered in a different way. It's not in the scene itself, therefore the colors that are in your scene won't necessarily match what the skybox is, and that's another sort of area in computer graphics and game development where you need to sort of do that yourself and fake the fact that you want the scene here to look like it's in nighttime by turning down the lights and setting up the skybox. Okay, so that's in a nutshell what skyboxes are. Now the other thing you can also set in that lighting window is the fog. Okay, so under the environment tab there is this fog. Now if we click and turn on the fog, once that finishes re-rendering in my scene, you'll be able to see the effects of it, or what you can't see. So there's Stonehenge, and as we move in closer, you see how fog actually works in an environment. So like fog in the real world, it gets thicker the further back it is. And the densities and the settings of that fog you can actually change in the lighting. So if we turn the fog down, you can now see that it's sort of right back here. And you'd have to zoom out a fair bit to get the Stonehenge fully in the fog. See, it's not particularly, for me, particularly realistic where the fog's all the way back there and quite thick and not up here. So you need to sort of play around with the settings to get what you want. Now, fog is really, really useful in games because it hides stuff in the background that you don't necessarily want the player to see, such as models that are in low level of detail, or objects that might have to come at the player. There's all sorts of reasons why you might use fog. One of the things you probably be able to see straight away with this fog is that what happened to the sky? The sky is still there. It's not got fog on it. And that's because, as I said, it's a separate thing. Okay, it's rendered separately. Fog does not affect the skybox. You cannot have the skybox and the fog on at the same time, because if you think about it, if there's fog, you can't really see the sky, can you? So therefore, you have to sort of come up with sort of tricky ways to make this work. One way that we could make this kind of fake the fact that the fog's working from this horizon is to change the color of the fog at the horizon. So if we select the eyedropper for the color of the fog and then come over right on the horizon and click there, you'll now see that you've got fog that is the same color as the skybox. So it gives you sort of a better feeling that it's kind of connected in that way. And that's actually not a bad effect with that particular skybox. If you have a very busy skybox that has detail coming all the way down to the horizon, then that will not be a good thing, because you'll be able to see that detail very clearly and the fog won't be hiding it. So remember, there's only fog on Stonehenge and on the landscape here. There's nothing up here. We've just faked the fact by making it the same color. Now, the other thing we can do to make fog look like it goes everywhere is, let's say we've got green fog like that. Okay, instead of having a skybox, we make a plain color. Remember earlier we went to the main camera and we set the environment background type to skybox. You can actually set it to solid color. So when you set it to solid color, you're not going to be able to see it in the scene view, because remember we turned on skybox. So let's just turn off skybox. Now it's not going to show you that color that I'd like, and that's because that color is actually set on the game view here. So now you can see it. Let me move the lighting control over there, and now we've got our green fog and we've got our solid blue color that our camera has just here. So the idea is to then make the sky color, or the camera background, the color of the fog at its thickest. So we select the eyedropper and we come over and grab this really green color here, and now you can see it looks like you've got this green continual fog going throughout your scene. All right, so that is fog and skyboxes in a nutshell again, and why you can't put fog over the top, and how you actually can get around using both of them together or faking continuous fog.